Good morning, everybody. So today's video, top 10 spring designer fragrances for 2026. Now let's just get into it. First one, and not in any numerical order, is going to be YSL Myself EDP. So this is going to be like the most mass appeal commercial fragrance in this list, and I really want to make this as unique as possible. This list here, there's going to be a few of them, probably like the more mass appealing ones, but a lot of these fragrances don't get mentioned. This one does, and for good reason, because it is very easy to wear. Like, there's a lot of bright bergamot, there is like African orange flower, or just like orange blossom, a lot of ambroxan, there is patchouli. The patchouli itself is going to be the backbone, because for like an EDP concentration, this is not a very long lasting fragrance if it wasn't for that note itself. Performance, it's not great, it's not bad though. Like for me, I get about like 6 to 8 hours is kind of pushing it, especially for an EDP, but just clean, fresh, very aromatic, a little airy from that ambroxan. Like, if you don't like ambroxan, this is probably one that you're not gonna like. And I will also say this is marketed towards the men out there. In my opinion, this could be a little bit unisex because of the orange blossom. So very citrus forward with the orange blossom, with the ambroxan, like that's like tied all the way across, like those three notes. Then it's going to be the patchouli as that backbone. It's a good daily wear. I think someone in high school, college, like, it's a great work fragrance. It's just like an everyday wear. Like, even like old guys can rock this. Just overall mass appealing and not a bad scent. Next one is probably one of my favorites in this list, and I ended up getting a bottle a couple months ago. My review was like a decant, and any reviews that I've done on these fragrances, they will all be in the description box below, but this for me is a work of art. It's mass appealing, but at the same time, it's not going to be for everybody. Givenchy Gentleman Intense. This is a gentleman's fragrance through and through. You get this really nice waxy but powdery iris. It's not like a boatload of iris, but yet the iris itself is going to be one of the more pronounced notes. There's also a lot of warm spice, so a lot of cardamom. You're going to get woods of cedar, cypress. There is a little bit of basil and a little bit of like sweet tonka bean. Overall though, just like waxy iris, powdery, with like this beautiful cardamom accord. And at times I kind of feel like there's like a little bit of lavender in this one, because there is this freshness about it. Like, this is actually pretty aromatic, and it's pretty woody forward with the cedar and the cypress itself. Oh, it's just classy, but it has this sexy smell to it. Like, it's for the grown and sexy. This is for like your modern day gentleman, someone who's maybe young, but like someone who's very fashion forward. Like, if it's a young person, I'm thinking someone who is young but old school at the same time, right? It's just like someone who likes to wear suits and ties, who is very prim and proper. Someone, like, when it comes to fashion, besides the suits, is someone who knows how to dress fashionably. Like, we used to say them back in the day, the metrosexuals, that kind of guy itself. This is very versatile. I'm hoping that I'm not speaking too low. Like, even though like I'm on the main floor, my wife is still sleeping, and my voice tends to project. So, and also the ventilation. That's why I'm trying to be a little bit more aware with my voice. I don't want to wake her up. But next one was actually a gift from my friend Mo when I visited Florida. Actually, man, it's like 2 years ago, right around this time, because it's actually like almost the middle of February when I do this video. But Hermes H24 EDP. This grew on me. When I first smelled it, I'm like, okay, it's not bad. But as I started to wear it a little bit more, I'm like, this is better than I thought it was. And Mo, again, thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum to you, brother. This is masculine, but it's classy. There is this very earthy and mossy component. There's also clary sage, Brazilian rosewood, narcissus, and something called sclerarine or something like that. But it's just like this mossy, woody, and herbal, like with a little bit of the narcissus. Not pronounced, but the narcissus does class this up a little bit. The moss, and I would say the clary sage, make this a little old school, but it's modern, really good. I think that this might resonate a little bit more with an older man. Now, I did state that the Givenchy Gentleman, it's on the floor, it's old school, but it's new. This as well, but I feel like because of that mossy aspect, it's gonna resonate more with the older man out there. Next one, I don't have a bottle, but I do have a decant, and this is all I need. I was looking at a bottle and I'm like, do I really need it? No. So I ended up getting a 15 ml decant of Viktor&Rolf Spicebomb Metallic Musk. This is really good. Now, I'm gonna also say this. It's one of the best releases of 2025, yet I don't need a bottle. I really don't. I am always in work mode when it comes to the video. There is this aldehydic, spicy accord, but at the same time, there is a little bit of this fresh, clean aspect, which is really weird. The spices are gonna be pepper and cinnamon. There is gonna be some lavender, a little bit of leather, ambrette, labdanum, elemi, and a lot of aldehydes, and a whole lot of musk. This is just very airy, very musky, spicy with a little bit of the leather and that lavender. Masculine, but it has a lot of this commercial mass appeal DNA. Really nice. I think that you could wear this with a white t-shirt and jeans. This is a great casual scent, but you could wear it to work. I don't want to say like a daytime semi-formal event, but because of like this spicy aspect and that hints of leather, there is a little bit of this class about it. It has that original Spicebomb DNA, which I love. The best from the entire brand. Original Spicebomb, bad boy, but at the same time, I do think that you can wear it with a suit tie to like a semi-formal event. This, maybe. I'm just not sure. It just kind of leans a little bit more towards like the everyday casual for me. Next one is a golden one. It's a staple for a lot of the older guys out there, and it's an older fragrance. I think it came out in 99 or maybe 2000. But when I came into this community, this got a lot of mention, and not so much nowadays. The brand for me, it's not. I feel like the brand is more for the younger guys now, a lot of the releases. But Carolina Herrera 212 Men. This is just like a 30 ml travel spray because the bottle itself is like this color itself. It's just like this silver metallic-ish. This is just a plastic cap, but this is just synonymous with spring because when spring comes around, you think of like florals, you think of like leaves, you think of grass. This has this green grassy accord, but there are a lot of citruses of grapefruit, bergamot, and petitgrain. There is some lavender, some gardenia, sage, a little bit of ginger, violet, sandalwood, musk, and other notes out there. It's just like this green grassy citrus with, I don't get the florals itself. I do get a little bit of this violet to add a little bit of a powdery undertone with woods. It's just like a green grassy field with trees in the background, in a sense. That's the best picture that I could describe it. You know, it's just, it is a scent memory because being one of the older guys, I just, some fragrances just are nostalgic. For me, you know, this is maybe one of them in a sense because of like the whole Fragcom days. I'm just like, there's not a lot of guys still doing this. Like, you have like Robes Away, who's kind of like on a little bit of a hiatus. There is Street Sense, who comes and goes. Radolescence, who's still around. Daver from Fragrance Bros still kind of does it, and that's kind of it from my generation. But this, yeah, it does bring back memories along with other fragrances such as like ADG, Armani's Acqua di Gio, Azzaro Chrome. For myself, that's just like, those are like my dad fragrances because they really remind me of my pops. But yeah, this is just like an everyday scent. You can wear it to school. So if you're a young guy, I think it's still relevant to this day. Young guys can wear it. It's very mass appealing. Doesn't smell like the 90s. Doesn't smell dated. It just has this green but fresh, clean aspect with wood. So school, work, every day. Next one I just added to the video because I forget what I took out. Bottega Veneta Illusione for him. That was going to be in the video, but apparently it's discontinued. Hard to come by. So we're going to talk about Bentley Infinite Rush White Edition. This is very musky. It's musky, but it's clean. It's aromatic. You're going to get citruses. You're going to get lavender. There's going to be some basil, thyme, sandalwood. There is Turkish rose and white musk. I don't really get a lot of this Turkish rose. It's mostly like just very musky with fresh lavender, citrus, and a little bit of like thyme and basil. That's for me, and a little bit of woods. It's like an everyday scent. I think it's good for school. I think it's a great work fragrance. It's kind of like the Carolina Herrera one just now. It's just like an everyday type of wear. Casual, but just clean, like very clean and fresh. But you also have to like powdery fragrances. This is not overly powdery, I will say, but you do have to like a little bit of a powder undertone when it comes to this one here. Speaking of powdery, and this is going to be one of the more commercial ones in this list. I think the most commercial one was going to be the YSL one, but so is Prada L'Homme. This got so much hype when it first came out, and it still gets a lot of mention because it's a fantastic fragrance. This is powdery from the iris, but it's very clean, soapy. You're gonna get neroli, there's gonna be cardamom, violet, geranium, mate, cedar, patchouli, sandalwood. So the violet and the iris itself give off this powdery undertone, but there's also just a lot of this cleanly soapiness, a lot of this neroli, a little bit of like a white floral, because neroli can give off like a very clean soapy feel, but at the same time does give off a little bit of like a white floral vibe, but with citruses, a little bit of woods, lots of musk, but just clean. This is kind of like your modern day gentleman fragrance. If you're like a very like traditional man or very burly, like when I think of burly, like pop culture wise, you know, like Rambo, you know, Sylvester Stallone, Arnold, the Terminator, those types of guys, or like, you know, more modern, The Rock, you know, Dwayne Johnson in some of his action movies, who is not doing well at the box office nowadays. I want to say this on camera. I love The Rock. I've loved all his movies, even the ones that are getting trashed, Black Adam, Red One. I thought that they were good movies. I'm putting that on camera. Make fun of me if you want. I don't care. But yeah, he is a walking billboard, The Rock. I will say that. He's just one giant. He's a bit of a meme, but I still enjoy him. I can't picture guys like The Rock, the Terminator, Rambo really pulling something off. Maybe like in their older age when they're kind of like becoming a little bit more softer, because I'm definitely getting softer in my old age. I'm also getting a lot more miserable as well. So I'm doing the university route. It's tough dealing with Gen Z at times. I will say that as an older guy myself, but that's a generational thing. So Gen Z, if you're watching, you will think that about like Gen Beta and Gen Alpha. And so on. But this is just like an everyday wear. School, work, and because it's Prada and like that typical iris accord, there is this class about it. If you're going to like a daytime semi-formal event, let's say like a wedding, this is a great wear, whether you're the like a guest, a groomsman, or the groom himself. Next one, bit of a classic, never gets any mention, and this brand itself, they do fragrances very well, and they're more known for their jewelry, Cartier, but this one never caught on, and it's traditional, it's classy, and it does have this powdery undertone, but it's modern. Pasha de Cartier Edition Noire, so Edition Noire. This is just a great scent that just doesn't get a lot of mention. Oh my lord, it's been a little while since I smelled this, and oh boy, this is really good. But it's powdery, it's fresh, it's very green. The powderiness comes from the heliotrope, the iris, and the violet. So 3 different types of powdery undertones. The green itself comes from the mint. There is citruses, there is cedar, there's going to be cloves, aquatics, don't really get, and there's going to be like some amber, which I don't really get. It's a powdery, woody cedar with some spice. The cloves, not very prominent. The mint is actually quite prominent in the air and in the opening. But as it dries down, it just becomes like this heliotrope, iris, violet, so powdery, aromatic, woody scent. Classic masculine, I will say this. Manners maketh man. Like the guys from back then, wardrobe-wise, I'm going to use pop culture, Thomas Shelby from the Peaky Blinders. The way that they dress, not how they acted, because Peaky Blinders were gangsters, not exactly gentlemen. Love the series. I am looking forward to the new movie that's coming out later this year. Oh, I am so looking forward to that. But yes, classic masculinity, formal, a little mature because of the powderiness. But this is a great everyday wear for someone who likes to wear suits, who likes to wear fashionable clothes. This is good for daytime or nighttime. Number 9, this fragrance is not for everybody. This is a gentleman's fragrance, but not all gentlemen will like this. You have to have particular tastes. Kenzo Power. The reason why that I say that is because I'm going to say it again. It has a little bit of an old woman's vibe. I like it though. I will say this. I'm a bit of an old bitch anyways. I'm a little bit bitchy when I'm off camera, especially when I'm at work dealing with Gen Z. Just dealing with people in general, but it does have a little bit of an older woman's vibe because there's a lot of florals. I don't know if it's rose. I don't know if it's like gardenia. I don't know if it's like carnation. There is just this floral component. There is also going to be a lot of total balsam, this ambry accord, a lot of citrus, a lot of lemon verbena. The lemon verbena really just shines and it pops. What mans this up, the cedar, this ambry accord, because it's like a floral amber with a lot of lemon verbena, but as well, a lot of spice, coriander and cardamom. I'm going to say it's more coriander than the cardamom itself, but floral, clean, and soapy. It, in some ways, and I gotta smell it again because it's been 10 years, but it's really, I think it's been more than that, I can't remember. But like gray flannel. We shitted on that back in the day. It has a little bit of this gray flannel vibe in my mouth there. We're at almost 25 minutes right now, so a lot of talking. But it has a little bit of this gray flannel vibe. I hated that shit back then. I probably, if this is reminding me of gray flannel, I'm probably gonna love gray flannel again. Because this one here, I love. I hated it when I first got it, but now, damn. And last but not least, a bit of a classic, yet it's not old. Came out in 2012. It's also gonna be one of the more popular ones, one of the more mainstreams. Not as popular as it used to be, but this kicked off so many flankers. Prada L'Homme Rossa. This is just clean, it's fresh, a lot of lavender, there is citruses, there's going to be a lot of mint, there is clary sage, there is ambrette, so this musk mallow-ish, I believe, but just lavender. Lavender, citrus, so super clean, fresh, very aromatic. You get this clean musk, so that ambrette-ish, with a lot of ambroxan and a smidge of mint. The mint itself is not pronounced, but it kind of goes. Just every day. It's nice. Kind of been there, done that, you know, like even back then. It's may have been there, done that, but in 2026, this would be just like, just another fragrance. And it kind of is. But sometimes you just want something for the everyday. Like sometimes you just want to smell fresh and clean. You don't want to smell sweet. You don't want to smell floral. You don't want the attention. If you're an introvert, which I am, believe it or not, this is something that I would reach for. And guys, that is top 10 spring designer fragrances for 2026. If you want more detailed reviews on these fragrances, they will all be down in the description box below. If you like this very video, please drop me one of these. It does show YouTube and the algorithms that you'll like this type of content. What videos to watch next? So if you want to see years prior, check out right here or right here for top 10 or top 5 spring designer fragrances. I think I'm time to take care, and I will see you later. Thanks for watching, everybody.